Chapter 3, Manipulating and Solving Equations. First topic is combining like terms. So what do you mean by like? Something like A, 2A, 3A are like terms. 3B, 7B, 8B are like terms. Something like 2A, 3C are not like terms. So combining, adding like terms or subtracting like terms, something like that. The topic is all about. So you know what is like terms. Now let's combine like terms. You can see here example 1. If 2 parenthesis a plus b plus 2c plus 3d plus 1 that equals to 3a plus 2b plus 4c plus 6d, what is the value of a? So just first multiply this 2 with a, complete things which are inside the parenthesis b, and then with 2c along with 3d and 1, and then you will be getting this equation. So once you multiply with 2, you get 2 into a 2a, 2 into b 2b, 2 into 2c 4c, 2 into 3d 6d, 2 into 1 2. You're going to get this, and you just copy paste the RHS side, and then what you do, just try to combine like terms or add or subtract the like terms. You see 2b on LHS, 2b on RHS, you can cross out like this, or else what you can do is subtract 2b on both sides. If you do subtract 2b on both sides, minus 2b plus 2b, minus 2b plus 2b, for both sides you will cancel off. Instead of doing that minus 2b on both sides or something like whatever you want to cancel, if something is same on both sides like plus 2b, you can directly cancel out, it still be same. In the same way we cross out 4c 4c, 6d 6d, and we ended up with 2a plus 2. So we ended up with 2 plus 2 that equals to 3a. So 2 equals to, just transpose this, it become minus 2a, or else minus 2a on both sides. You can do that also. If you do minus 2a on both sides, this minus 2a plus 2a will be off, and then you still be getting same thing. So 2 equals to a, 3a minus 2a is a. So we found the value of a. So just combining like terms, that's it. Now second topic, square equations correctly. So here whenever you square, you have to square the entire equation. Like this LHS part you have to whole square, and RHS part, entire part you have to whole square. But you need not only square up LHS part only, individual elements. No, you can't do like that. You have to do for the entire equation. Because let's say 2 equals to 1 plus 1, let's write. If you only square up this, you will be end up with 4 1 plus 1. But 4 is not equals to 2. But in the before 2 equals to 1 plus 1. But if you square up both sides, if you just before you squared only one side, if you square both sides, what happens? This is 2 square. So 2 square will be 4 equals to 4. So this will be satisfied. So whenever you square on both sides, the equation will be balanced. If you square for individual terms, the equation will be not balanced. So try to square on both sides. So here they given a question, root AB equals to A minus B. If A greater than 0 and B greater than 0, the given equation is equivalent to which of the following? So the given equation is equal to this or this or this or this. Which one? So how, first of all, watch the options. AB equals to A square minus B square, AB equals to A square plus B square, 2AB equals to A square minus B square, 3AB equals to A square plus B square. So we got 3AB, 2AB, B on LHS. So we have to find AB. That's what I need to understand. To get the value of AB or 2AB or 3AB, something like AB you need to find. So how can we find the AB from this one? So you just have to square on both sides. So what happens? Square root of, so AB equals to A minus B whole square, you get AB equals to A minus B whole square, you get. What is this A minus B whole square? A square plus B square minus 2AB. Now we got AB, but it's still not matching with any of the options. So let's transpose this to LHS. AB and this minus 2AB becomes 2AB, that equals to A square plus B square. So 3AB equals to A square plus B square. So we got this, and it's matching with option D. So that's how we do. Whenever you have a root, square it on both sides and reduce, try to match up with the options. So here you have a question, example 3. Here, root x plus 3 plus y to z. I said you that whenever you have a root, square on both sides. I mean, if they ask us to reduce, but what they are asking, actually they are asking us to get value of x in terms of y and z. You have to get the value of x, only x, that equals to in terms of y and z, which means you don't want this 3, you don't want 3y, you don't want this root along with x, you want only x. So you have to eliminate root, you have to eliminate 3, you have to eliminate y. So how can we do that? Yes, we learned that whenever there is a root, squaring on both sides, but if you do so, you will end up with a plus b plus c whole square, that equals to, you will get again a big formula. Or if you don't know this a plus b plus c, you see the whole square part of this is nothing but root x plus 3 plus y and root x plus 3 plus y. So if you multiply each term, so it's so lengthy procedure. So don't go with this. Instead, what you do is, whatever you can able to send which is not connected with root, transpose that first. So when you transpose this, you end up with root x plus 3, that equals to z minus y. When you transpose y, it will be negative y. Now you square on both sides. So when you do square on both sides, root x plus 3 whole square, that equals to z minus y whole square. So square root of, and you got z minus y whole square, which is matching with the option z minus y, something like that, and x plus 3 equals to z minus y whole square. While solving, you have to keep an eye on options. You'll get to know that how close you are to the answer. So here we need the value of x. We need to express x in terms of y and z, or else you see the options, they given only x. We have to find the value of x. So x equals to z minus y whole square negative 3. So z minus y whole square negative 3, which is option C. Square root equations correctly. So here x square, that equals to 25. When you do square root on both sides, this x square, that equals to 25. So you're adding square root on both sides. I mean square root on both sides. Whenever you do square root on both sides, plus minus also, because it has two solutions. Minus, so we just cross out this x and x. The root 25 value is 5. So positive 5 will give you 25, negative 5 will also give you 25. So x value has two values here, x equal to plus or minus 5. And one more thing, root of any value, let's say root 4, that is 2, root of 9, that is 3, root of 16, that is 4, root of 25, that is 5. The value of root, this is the direct value. Root, the value which is under root is always positive. This is a principle. Definitely it is positive, it can't be negative. But whenever you're looking for something value of x, this condition, then it's going to be plus or minus 5. I'm going to give reason why. So first of all, why we just need to know about concept of absolute value of integer. What is this concept of absolute value of integers? So here, first of all, absolute value of an integer is its distance from 0 on the number line without considering direction, positive or negative. Absolute value is nothing but value of an integer is its distance from 0. So value of this integer distance from 0 is how much? It may be positive or it may be negative. So here you need to understand absolute value is always positive number or 0, but never be negative. Absolute value never be negative. Why? Because it is a distance from 0. How can the distance, let's say here 0 to 5 or 0 to negative 6, here the distance is negative 6. How come the distance be negative? How come the distance be negative? It is 6 meters. How can it be a negative 6 meters? There is no such kind of thing. That's why absolute value of any number is 0. Absolute value of integer is its distance from 0. It's nothing but its distance from 0. The distance from 0 to here, let's say 5, positive 5. It is positive 5 only. The distance from here to here is positive 5 only. What is the distance from here to here? Negative 5. But we consider it as positive only. Why? Because we are just checking distance. So we don't care about in which direction the distance is. Even if it negative, we consider positive because there is no negative distance. So it is written like this. Absolute value is written like this: mod x. Mod phi equals to phi. Absolute value of phi, which means 0 to the distance from 0 is phi. The meaning of this is the distance from 0 is phi, which is phi only because it is already positive phi. The distance is positive phi. So absolute value is positive. What if absolute value is negative phi? This is the meaning of absolute. Like that's how we represent two vertical bars in between that absolute value of x. Now absolute value of negative phi. What is the meaning of absolute value of negative phi? Absolute means distance from 0. From 0 to here it is negative 5. Absolute value of negative 5. What is the distance? It is 5 only because distance can't be negative. So negative 5, absolute value of negative 5 is 5. The distance from 0 is 5, ignoring the negative sign. That's what I did. Or, absolute value of 0 equals to 0. Zero's distance itself is 0. So here 0 is all, it's 0 itself. Now you can see here in this graph, just connect with this one, like y equals to mod x. We consider like that. We are making a absolute value graph. Let's say x equals to 1. If x is 1, absolute value of 1 is 1 only. If x is 1, then y value will be 1. If x equals to 3, you substitute 3 here. So then y value will be, absolute value of 3 will be what? Positive 3 is positive 3 itself, y equals to 3. Same way for 5. So we got this one when we took x as 1 and x as 2. For y equals to absolute value of x. For the same y equals to absolute value of x, let's take, for the same y equals to absolute value of x, let x equals to negative 1. If x equals to negative 1, if you substitute negative 1 into this, what is the absolute value of negative 1? Absolute value of negative 1 is positive because the distance from 0 to the point we are checking is negative 1, but distance can't be negative, so this value will be 1 itself. So y equals to 1. And if we take x equals to negative 2, just substitute negative 2 in the absolute value of negative 2. So absolute value of negative 2 is 0 to distance negative 2. So distance can't be negative, so we take positive 2. So y value will be again 2 here. So just 2, if you take negative 3, x equals to negative 3, you get y equals to positive 3. So we just plotting these points, x equals to negative 1, then y is 1. So that comes here. X equals to negative 3, y equals to negative 3. X equals to negative 5, then y equals to positive 5. Same way, whatever the points we got, we plotted here, and we got, and connecting all these points, we got a graph, V-shaped curve we got. So the V shape shows how negative values of x becomes positive. All the negative values of x is becoming positive. That's what I did here. And all the positive values of x is a positive itself. We got positive only. So why it gives positive value only? Because the distance is never negative. Distance is positive. That's it. This is the absolute value. Y root x square equals to plus or minus x. Why not plus x? Actually, we consider that root x square equals to square root out, and then we get only x, but it's not true. But why? Let's go with a proof. So let's consider x equals to negative 1. If x equals to negative 1, substitute negative 1 in x square. So negative 1 whole square equals to, we just cross out the square and root, we end up with negative 1, right? And we consider this x equals to negative 1. So I'm just inputting x equals to negative 1 again. And now what I do is negative 1 whole square is nothing but what? 1. What is root 1? Root 1 is 1 itself. So for the same negative 1, if we are getting two values of that. One is negative 1, one is positive 1. Both are not equal, which means here we are getting x is not correct. Root of x square is not true. It is going to be plus or minus x. If you input negative value of inside of this x, you're going to get two values, which is negative number and a positive number. So that's why it's going to be a positive and negative. You see here, root, we are getting what? One is positive and negative. You see here, root x square is nothing but positive or negative number we are getting. It's not positive x. I mean, we are getting positive 1 and negative 1, but not x. It's going to be plus or minus x. So here root x square plus or minus x means it's a mod x. Mod x in positive x of absolute value, negative value of absolute value we are taking. So square of positive x, we end up with positive x square. Square of negative x, we end up with positive x square. If we square this negative x, we get x square. If we square this positive x, we end up with positive x square. Here we are getting two values, one is negative 1 and one is positive 1 here, but which means the thing what we assumed, root x square equals to x, is not true. We are getting two values, two different values. But we know that root of x square equals to a positive number. So but we are getting negative 1 and positive 1. So here root of any number is a positive number. So the value of this, so instead of going with positive and negative value, we are saying root x square value is always absolute value. What do you mean by absolute value? Even if you input positive x or if you input negative x into it, you will get a positive output. So we are getting two different values. One is positive 1 and negative 1 for the same. When we consider this x equals to negative 1, so we are considering it as a absolute value. Under root x square equals to absolute value, because under root of any value must be positive, but we are getting positive and negative value, so we consider this as absolute value. So absolute value of anything, maybe negative x or a positive x, will be positive. So let's see. So we took x and we squared it up. We took positive x and we took negative x. You square up, even this one will results in positive value, positive value. So what we say is root x square equals to positive or negative x, because this is an absolute value. Root x square equals to absolute value of x. If you take positive value of this, you get a positive result. If you take a negative value from here, you get a positive result. Whatever it is, your end result is positive. So that's why x square equals to plus or minus x, both works, and it must satisfy, and the root value must be a positive value. That's why we took in the place of plus or minus x absolute value of x. So here what we took, under root on both sides, whenever you do root of x square value, we just added plus or minus. When we do root square root on both sides, we just kept this plus or minus, because plus or minus of this value, because it's an absolute value, both will work. Plus root of both will work for this. That's why we keep here plus or minus. Even you just remember one thing, that all story is not required. Root, when you do square root on both sides, you just keep a plus or minus value in front of this root 25. That's the main thing. You see, when it comes to taking square root of both sides, most of the students forget the plus or minus. So whenever you do square root on both sides, just add plus or minus here. That's fine. And then root of 25 value is obviously 5. So your x equals to plus or minus 5. Both will work. So if you take plus 5, you get this value, which is 25. I mean plus 5 whole square. Minus 5 whole square, which is 25. Both works. But these values, root of 4, root of 9, this will be permanently positive value, because root of any value can't be negative. So you can see root 9, give the principal square root is 3. It can't be negative 3. X square of 9, whenever it is this condition, it's going to be plus or minus 3. That's what the derivation I said, x square. If you apply root to both sides, what happens? Square root gone, and then whenever you apply root, it will be plus or minus 3. Plus or minus you need to keep. So it is plus or minus 3. Solve this. When you do square root on both sides, square root. So square root x square, whenever you do square root, plus or minus root 9. So square root out, this plus 9, root 9 is nothing but x equals to root 9 is nothing but 3. So that's why x equal to plus or minus 3. Whenever it is x square equals to 9 or some other value, you get a plus or minus value. Whenever it is randomly root value, that must be positive value. That's the principle. That's the thing. It can't be negative. That is the principle of root values. Under root values is always positive. So now topic 4, cross multiply when fractions are set equal to each other. You see, these two fractions are set equal to each other, just cross multiply. AD equals to BC. That's what you do. You see here 4 by 5x equals to 10 by 3. What we do? Cross multiply. 4x into 3, which is 12x. 5 into 10, 50. X equals to 50 by 12. So that's going to be 2, 6, 2, 25. 25 by 6. And here they given this equation 2 by 5, that minus 5c divided by a plus bc, that equals to 0. The given equation relates the positive number a, b, c. Which equation correctly expresses a in terms of bc? We just have to find the value of a in terms of bc. So you can see all the answers are in bc, bc, bc. We need to just get the value of a. But a is in the denominator here. How can we get that? So what I do is, first I'll just transpose this negative value to RHS. It turns to be positive value 5c by a plus bc. Now it's in the fractions equal to each other, just like the way what we did here. We do same. When fractions are set equal to each other, just cross multiply. So I just multiply this with this and this with this. 2 into a plus bc, that equals to b into 5c. So I'm going to get 2a plus 2bc, that equals to 5bc. What we need to find? A value. So just transpose things which are with a. Eliminate this, eliminate 2, so that you will get the value of a. So I'm just transposing this so that I can isolate the a value. 5bc minus 2bc. So 2a equals to 3bc. 5 minus 2, which is 3. A equals to 3bc by 2. So that's what we got. A equals to 3 by 2bc. Same thing. This is how you do when fractions are set equal to each other, just cross multiply. Now factor to isolate variables that are common to multiple terms. So sometimes what happens, like variables are tougher to isolate. Like just before case, we just moved this one, you see. In this case, we just transpose this and it is easy to isolate because there is only one a in the equation. it is easy to calculate. Whenever there are two a's and we have to find the value of a, then it is tough to get the value of a. Here, let's say here a is there, then it is a bit tough. So in that situation, what we do, we transpose this to here, not this to here, sorry. We transpose this 2a to other side, and then what we do, it will become minus 2a. Then we take common a from this, and that whatever the remaining part is there, that will be forwarded to other side. That's how we do. But here it is simple. But now in this case, what we do, we just have to do some shifting around to factor out the variable you want. That's what I said just now. You see here question example 7. By doing this, you'll understand clearly. B equals to a by 3a plus c. We have to find the value of a. Which of the following expresses a in terms of b and c? So you need to find the value of a. So how can we find that? But in the previous case here, we have only one a. That's what I showed you. We have only one a, which is easy to isolate. But here in this question, there are two a's. How can we isolate? So first, we just cross multiply. So this send this thing to LHS. So b into 3a plus c, that equals to a. Multiply 3ab plus 3b equals to a. Now what you do, we need to find the value of a, but two a's are there. Make it one side. So 3b equals to a, and transpose this part to the other side, negative 3ab. So now you take a common out of it. Then what do we remain with? 1 minus 3b. So now just transpose to other side. It is in multiplication, it becomes division. 3b by 1 minus 3b. Sorry, here it is not 3b. This is bc. You see this? B into c, this is bc. bc. So I'm changing here also in numerator, bc. That equals to a. So finally, a equals to bc by 1 minus 3b, which is option A. So that is how you are going to do it. Whenever you have two a's given in the question asking you to find the value of a, then you have to take those a terms, those a like terms at one place, and take out the a common. The remaining part you send other side. That's how you can get the value of a. So here, be comfortable solving for expressions rather than any one variable. So you see here, they given minus, if 3x plus 9y equals 10, what is the value of x plus 3y? So first of all, if you see this equation, 3x plus 9y equals to 9, we need to find x plus 3y. So you see two variables are there. How can we do that? So if you see carefully here, you can take 3 common here, x plus 3y, that equals to 9. So that's what we are looking for, x plus 3y. We already got it here after taking 3 common. So 3 ones, 3 threes. The answer is 3. X plus 3y equals 3. So how do we solve 10? If 4 times 3 minus x by 2 minus 5 equals to 23, what is the value of 3 minus x by 2? Be careful. They ask us to find 3 minus x by 2. So don't disturb this term. Just keep it like that. Just isolate. Transpose this. So negative 5, 23 plus 5, 28. And then transpose 4 next. When you transpose 4, 28 divided by 4, that's going to be 7. That's it. Answer is 7. So here in this question, example 11, x by y, that equals to 3. They're asking us to find then y by 2x equals to how much? So here x by y given, but asking y by x. So x by y, that equals to 3 by, nothing is there below 3. We can consider 1. Even if we consider 1, the value of this is still same. 3 by 1 is still 3. So to make you understand, I did this. So I just flip it. Both sides I flipped it. Flip on both sides. So it is y by x because we need y by x. So y by x equals to 1 by 3, and then what I do is I actually need y by x, along with that 2 is there. So I do 1 by 2 on both sides. So what happens, this equation y by x, that equals to 1 by 3 multiply by 2. So when we multiply 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, so this is the thing actually we are looking for, y by 2x, that equals to 1 by 6. See, if you're not aware of this flipping thing, you can just transpose this to other side. I mean this to other side, it will become by y by x, and this will become 1 by 3. Same thing still. So now two more concepts. One is watching out for extraneous solution. What do you mean by extraneous? False, wrong solution. When do you get this solutions or missing solutions? That's what we are going to learn. So here you see this equation, they given x minus 5 times x minus 3 divided by x minus 5 equals 0. What is the possible solutions to the given equation? What will be the possible solutions? Generally what we do, we multiply x minus 5 on both sides. X minus 5 on both sides, so that we can get rid of this x minus 5 and we can equate this to 0, and we get the value of x as 5 and 3. When we get rid of this and this value is 0. Obviously we end up with x minus 5 and x minus 3 equals 0. Now x minus 5, if you equate to 0, you get x equals to 5. You end up with what? If you equate this to 0, you get x equals to 5, x equals to 3. But out of this, if you take this x value and substitute, you got x value as 5. So what we are doing now, we are substituting this x value back to the equation. So I did the calculation part here. So when I substitute in the place of x 5, so here x place 5, 5, 5. And what I got, solving 5 minus 5, 0, 5 minus 3, 2, 5 minus 5, 0. 0 by 0 we got. What do you mean by 0 by 0? Undefined. We got undefined. But actually what we need to get? 0. Undefined value, that is not equals to 0. So this is a wrong solution. X equals to 5 is not valid solution. Here we got another value, x equals to 3. On substituting x equals to 3 back into the equation, 3 minus 3 0, and this is minus 2, 3 minus 2 minus 5 is minus 2. So that's what we got, minus 2, 0, minus 2. That equals to 0 by negative 2. 0 by anything is 0. So that's what we got in the RHS. That's what we have on the RHS. RHS, LHS match. So the value x equals to 3 is fine. It's a valid solution. But 0 by 0 is undefined. We got for x equals to 5 when we substitute into the question. That's not a valid solution. It's an extraneous solution. What do you mean by that? It's a false solution. So whenever you multiply to fractions like this, x minus 5 equals 0, you get a false solution. Multiplication on both sides leads you to false solution. You can see why that extraneous solution comes into the picture. You see here, root x equals to negative 4. Root x equals to negative 4. Let's take, how come first of all root x equals to negative value? It can't be negative value. So if you take x value as negative 4, what do you get? Actually, it has no solution because square root of something can never be negative. And however, if we square both sides, if we square this on both sides, what happens? This will become x and this will become 16. X equals to 16 becomes 16. Is a solution, even though it clearly does not satisfy the original equation. If you take this 16 and substitute back into the original equation, so what is original equation into this? If you substitute back here root 16, if you substitute x equal to root 16, that is equals to 4. But we have negative 4. So this is why these extraneous solutions comes into the picture. So manipulating equations in certain ways can bring about solution that satisfy the transformed equation, but not the original equation. It will satisfy the transformed equation. When you square, it will satisfy. But when you put the value what you got back to the original equation, it won't satisfy, because when you square something, negative value will turn into positive. For instance, has the effect of turning negative values into positive values. Once this distinction is lost, false solutions arise. So this negative value is turning into positive. That's why the false solution is coming into the picture. Done. This is about extraneous solution. And the last topic, missing solution. So whenever you multiply, you get false solution. Whenever you divide, you get missing solution. You miss with a solution. So here you see this equation given, they're asking what is the sum. Remember this, sum of the solutions to the given equation. What we do, x minus 4, we generally divide x plus 4, x plus 4 on both sides. We just divide x plus 4 on both sides, x plus 4, x plus 4. So x plus 4, x plus 4, x plus 4, x plus 4 cancel out. We ended up with x minus 9, that equals to 1. Solving it, we got x equals to 10. Substitute this x equals to 10 into the equation. It is 10 plus 4, 14. 10 minus 9, 1. 14 into 1, we get 14. And here 10 plus 4, 14. This is satisfied. This is the right solution. But in the question, they clearly mentioned some of the solution. When we put this 10 back into the equation, we are getting, it's a right solution. It's getting satisfied. But they're clearly mentioning sum of solutions. So here, let me tell you what is the original way of solving it. We are going with this shortcut, fine. But what is the original way of solving it? That x plus 4 and x minus 9, that equals to x plus 4. This is the question. So here x plus 4, x minus 9, and we transpose this to other side, minus x plus 4, that equals to 0. Now x plus 4 is common. I'll take x plus 4 common, that equals to x minus 9 minus 1, that equals to 0. So that is x plus 4. I just took this x plus 4 as common in both, and then I wrote this one here, and then minus 1 here. Just took common, that's it, nothing else. So x minus 10, minus 9 minus 1 minus 10. So that equals to x value equals x plus 4 equals to 0, and x minus 10 equals to 0, x equals to negative 4, and x equals to positive 10. So we got the other value. Whenever you go with the original way, this is the actual way of solving it. We are not doing dividing on both sides by x plus 4. We are assuming that when we are dividing x plus 4 on both sides, we are assuming that x plus 4 is not a solution. X plus 4 equal to 0 is not a solution, which means we are assuming that x plus 4 equal to 0, which means x equals to negative 4. We are assuming this is not a solution when we are dividing that x plus 4 on both sides. But actually it is. Whatever we divided with, that will be the solution. You have to check. You take this negative 4 and substitute back into the equation. If you substitute here negative 4 positive 4 is 0. If you substitute negative 4 here, again negative 4 positive 4 0. 0 into anything is again 0. So both sides 0 equal to 0. Yes, negative 4 is the right solution. It's satisfying. But why does this solution is missing? We got only one solution. Why does this x equals to negative 4 is missing? Here when we do in a original format, we are getting two solutions. Let's see. Here question says to us that sum, which means we got only one value. There is another value. They ask us to sum up the solutions. So there is one more value. So how can we figure out that? Here what we are, the problem is that in dividing both sides by x plus 4 to find the solution, we made another solution disappear, which is x equal to negative 4. This one we just make it disappear. We're not considering into the picture at all. We are assuming that can't be a solution. But when we plug in that x equal to negative 4 back into the equation, it yields to 0. That's what we got, right? When we put back negative 4 into this, we got negative 4 and positive 4 is 0. Again negative 4 positive 0, 0 equal to 0. That's what it yield to on both sides, LHS and R. So it's clearly a solution. So how come it was so easy to miss? When by division by 0 is not allowed. In math, division by 0 is not allowed. But this x plus 4 we assumed as 0 and we just went ahead. So when we divide both sides by x plus 4, we made the implicit assumption that x is not equals to negative 4. We assumed like that. But actually it is. That division and all the steps we took afterwards were based on that assumption. So by assuming that x is not equals to 4, when we are dividing by negative 4, which means we are assuming that x is not equals to 4. So making that assumption, we neglected x equals to negative 4, but x equal to negative 4 itself might also be a solution. So that's why it was missed. Since x minus x equals to negative 4 is a solution, we just add up this both. This is x equal to 10 and x equal to negative 4. We add both. 10 minus 4, which is 6. That's what we got here. So just remember, whenever it is, when you are doing multiplying on both sides, false solutions rise. When you are dividing by both on both sides, missing solution will rise. So that's it. Just go through this notes. So whatever you do, if you are dealing with these kind of questions like you divided on both sides, what you need to do after you're getting one solution, check it back by substituting whether that's a solution or not. And second thing, whatever you divided with, just that also consider into consideration and equate to 0. That will be a solution. That will be another solution. So that's how you're going to get two solutions quickly. First you just divide it on both sides, and then whatever you divided, equate it to 0, you get the second solution, instead of going for the actual way, the original way to solve it. Not to go with original way, just go with the same way, divide it, you get one solution, and then whatever you divided with, check that with equals to 0. That may be a solution. That's it. All concepts are done now. Exercise 3.1, question 1. So what is the solution to the given equation? So given equation is 48 that equals to 8 by negative x. Just divide multiply negative x on both sides. So that's going to be 48 multiplied by negative x, 8 by negative x multiplied by negative x. So negative x off. So this negative x equals to 8 divided by 48. So 8 ones 8 6. X equals to negative 1 by 6. So you can do negative 1 on both sides. So x will become positive. Question number 2. If 18 plus 9x equals to 54, what is the value of 2 plus x? So you see here 18, 9, 54, all are the factors of 9. So let's take 9 common or divide the entire equation by 9. So let's take 9 common. It's going to be 2 plus x, that equals to 9 times 6. So cross out. So we get 2 plus x, that equals to 6. That's what we need. Here the given equation 9 equals to negative 24 plus 3x. Which equation has the same solution as the given equation? So we have all of them in something like 33 and 3x. So let's try to find it. So let's forward negative 24 to LHS. That's going to be positive 24. 9 plus 24, that equals to positive 3x. So it's going to be 33 equals to 3x. Just stop it here. We don't want x. We want things in 3x only, because all options in that. We have 33 and 3x. Positive 33. So option A is incorrect. It hits 15. Option B as well. Here option C, negative 3x, negative 33. So negative, negative, how it's going to be 3x equal to 33, which is exactly what we got. Option C is correct. 3x minus 8 equals to negative 23. What is the value of 6x minus 7? Here you can find the value of x from the given equation and get the value of this, or else you can do in other way also. I'll do it in both ways. Let's see. 3x minus 8, that equals to negative 23. So what we can do, just forward this to RHS. That's going to be 3x, that equals to negative 23 positive 8. So 3x equals to negative 23 positive 8 is negative 50. So now we need 6x minus 7. So what I do is multiply 2 on both sides so that this will turn into 6x. So I'll write directly 3x into 2, which is 6x. That equals to negative 15 into 2 is negative 30. Done. I got one term. I need another term, which is negative 7. So I write negative 7. Subtract 7 on both sides. So what do I get? 6x minus 7, that equals to negative 30, and negative 7, which is negative 37. So this is one way of doing. I already said you first way, like getting the value of x. So 3x minus 8 equals to negative 23. So 3x equals to negative 23 positive 8. 3x equals to negative 15. X equals to negative 5. So we got the value of x, and then substitute the thing what we need. We need 6x minus 7. 6x minus 7, that equals to 6 into negative 5, which is the x value, and negative 7, that is negative 30, negative 7, which is negative 37. Same story. So you can do either way. So which is option D. So the given equation, what positive value of x is a solution to the given equation? So 3 times 5 minus 2x, 3 plus x equals 0. So this is the equation. They're asking us to find the positive value of x. So let's try to solve it. It's going to be, no, don't try to expand. If you expand, it's time consuming. So what you do instead is just compare 3 equals to 0, negative 5 minus 2x, not negative, 5 minus 2x equals 0, and 3 plus x equals 0. So you get the value of x. This is equals to 5 equals to 2x, x equals to 5 by 2, which is x equals to 2.5. We got this as positive. This value already given 0, just avoid it. We consider it as 0. So these are already the roots. Now we want the solution. So x equals to negative 3. So it's not an option. X equal to 2.5, which is the positive value of x. What value of is the solution to the given equation? So here you can see the given equation is negative 3 r minus 9 plus 5 parenthesis r minus 9 equal to negative 4. So you can see r minus 9 is common. So take r minus 9 common, and then minus 3 plus 5, that equals to negative 4. R minus 9, that equals to 2, that equals to negative 4. We need to find the value of r. So 2 ones, 2 twos. So r minus 9 equals to negative 2, r equals to negative 2, positive 9, r equals 7. If this equation equals 0, what is the value of 5x square plus 15x? X square plus 3x plus 16 equals 0. So here you see x square 3x, and this is almost same. For this, no need to solve this using quadratic. Just solving by the way we solve it by factorization. So you can see here x square plus 3x, that equals to negative 16. Now this x square and 3x is almost close to this, but the difference is if we multiply 5 on both sides, we get exactly same thing. So 5, 5, 5 on LHS and 5 on RHS. If we multiply, this will turn it into x square, 5x square plus 15x. That's what we need. That equals to negative 80, because 5 times 16 is 80. So negative 80, that's what it is. So value is negative 80. So if you can also solve by factorization for this quadratic equation, and you'll get the roots, and from there substitute that roots into the given thing, and you'll get the value of the thing what we are looking for. So the given this equation, if value of 12 minus x is between which of the following pairs of the values? So we have to find the value of 12 minus x. So here the only option we can do is just cross multiplying. Let's do. So 4 12 minus x, that equals to 9 12 minus x, and then this equals to 9 12 minus x. Just completely forward this term to RHS. That's going to be negative 4 12 minus x, that equals 0. Now take 12 minus x common, and then 9 minus 4. So this equals to 12 minus x times 5. So 12 minus x directly equals 0. Just transpose this 5 to our LHS. So 12 minus x value is 0. So in which of the following pairs the value lies? So minus 14 to minus 9, which means here only values range from minus 14 minus 13 minus 12 minus 11 minus 10 minus 9. So like that, if you see minus 80 minus 8 to minus 4, so it's still in the minus range only. And minus 3 positive 4, yes, here it will lie. Minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 0 1 2 3 4, so 0 lies in this range. Option C. 64x square by 36 equal to 64. What is the negative solution to the given equation? So 64x square divided by 36, that equals to 64. Just directly cross out the 64, 64. You'll be with x square and forward this 36 to RHS. That's going to be 36. So square is there. Apply square root on both sides to remove it. Whenever you apply square root on both sides, for the number which is on the RHS, just give positive or negative value. So this is equal to x square root. So I just applied square root on both sides. Square root of x equals to plus or minus 6. Root 36 is 6, but we need only negative solution. X equals to negative 6. If this is the equation, what is the value of? So what they given in the equation, 4 by 9, that equals to 8 by 3, value equals to how much? So you just have to remove this part so that you'll get the value of. So how can you eliminate that part? Just multiply 3 by 8 on both sides. So that's going to be this 4 by 9 equals to 8 by 3 multiply by 3 by 8 multiply by 3 by 8. So 8 3 8 3 off. So 4 ones, 4 twos, 3 ones, 3 twos. So we ended up with 1 by 2, 1 by 2, that equals to. So here it is 3 ones, 3 threes, not 3 ones, 3 twos. I cancel with 2. So that's going to be 1 by 6 equals option A. The given equation is y plus 2kx, that equals to kx square plus 5. In the given equation, k is a constant. If y equals to 23 and x equals to 3, what is the value of k? So we have the values of x and y. So we just have to get the value of k. On substituting, we get it. So just substitute 23 in the place of y, plus 2 into k into x is 3. That equals to k into x value is 3 square plus 5. So 23 plus 6k, that equals to 9k plus 5, 23. So transpose k's to one side and constants to one side. 23 minus 5, that equals to 9k minus 6k. 18 equals to 3k. So 3 ones, 3 6. So k equals to 6, which is option C. The given equation relates to the positive numbers f, j and p. Which of the following correctly expresses p in terms of f, j and which of the following correctly expresses p in terms of f, j and n? So you want p, you don't want all these things, like you just want p. You have to eliminate all these things so that you will get the value of p, which means you try to isolate the value of p. You can see they're asking us to find the value of p. So how can we do that? So first f equals to p, and then this, just keep that p as it is. Don't do any changes for that. 1 plus j whole raised to the power of n minus 1 divided by j. So you just forward this denominator and numerator to LHS. So it's going to be jf divided by the thing which is in the numerator. It comes to denominator 1 plus j whole raised to the power n minus 1, that equals to p. So that is exactly option A. That's whatever the things with p, we just move it to LHS. If m by 2n equals to 2, what is the value of 2 by n by 2m? So by 2n equals to 2, asking us to value n by 2. If we can able to get the value of n by, so we can get the value of n by 2, but here we have by n. So what we do, just turn this by n equals to transpose 2, it's going to be 4. Just flip it. If you flip it, this is going to be n by, that equals to 1 by 4. We want n by, we don't want by n. Flip it, or else you transpose this to RHS and this to LHS. So you can do any one. So when you flip it, this is what you get, because in the below the 4 there is 1, even still 1. Like even if you doesn't consider, you keep 1, the value doesn't change. So n by equals to 1 by 4. So let's substitute this 1 by 4 in the place of n by, so 1 by 2, and in the place of n by, that is again 1 by 4, that equals to 1 by 8, which is option A. The given equation relates the number d, e and h. Which equation correctly expresses d in terms of e and h? So negative 4d, that equals to 3e minus h. They're asking us to express d in terms of eh. So we want the value of d in terms of eh. So let's try to isolate d, which means just eliminate or just remove the things which are with d. So let's multiply on both sides with negative 4. Multiply negative 4 on both sides. So what do we get? So for the same equation, negative 4d that equals to 3e minus h, not multiply, sorry, divide, so that we can able to remove this negative 4 on the LHS. So when you divide it, divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4. So this complete term will go off, 4, 4, negative, negative. So you end up d equals to negative 3e minus of h by 4. So d equals to negative 3e positive h by 4. D equals to h minus 3e by 4, which is option D. So if given equation is this, what is the value of 6 by x? So you can get it by just find the value of x and then substitute it here. So x by 6 that equals to x plus 12 divided by 42. So the only option left is just cross multiply. So x into 42 that equals to 6 into x plus 12. So 42x equals to 6x plus 12, 6, 72. So 42x minus 6x by transposing 6x to other side. So that's going to be 36x equals to 72. 36 ones, 36 twos is 72. X equals to 2. We need 6 by x that equal to 6 by 2 that equals to 1. 2 times 1, 2 times 3 that equals to 3. So which is option C. So n minus 4 whole square equals to n plus 4 whole square. What value of n satisfies the given equation? What will be the value of n so that though both get satisfied? It's super easy. If we consider n value as 0, so this only thing left is negative 4 whole square, which end up with 16. Positive whole square will end up with 16. So by just watching we can say this n value is 0, but sometimes we won't get any idea what will be the value of n. The only thing is left for you is to expand it by applying a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square. A minus b whole square equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab, and a plus b whole square equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Apply directly, or you can just n minus 4 times n minus 4. You can do it by that way as well, but it is time consuming. So n square plus 16 directly 4 square minus 2 into ab, 2 into n into 4, negative 8n. N square plus 16 positive 8n you will get. So n square positive 16 positive 16 out, negative 8n equals to positive 8n. So just transpose this 8n to other side, that's going to be 0 equals to 8n. Negative 8n becomes positive 8n, that equals to 16n. N equals to 0. N equals to 0. That's it. Just forward this to here. So obviously you get n value as 0. So in the given equation, n is a positive constant. Which of the following is one of the solutions to the given equation? So here you can see all options inside n is there, which means indirectly we have to find the value of x. So what we do is we try to isolate x. How can we isolate x? Square on both sides so that you can remove root. Square, 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 root gone. So x square minus 25 equals to n square. X square equals to n square minus positive 25. Forward this to 25 to other side, it's going to be positive 25. We just need x. So how can we remove that square? Square root on both sides. Whenever you apply square root, add plus to the thing for this part. So that's going to be root x square that equals to plus or minus root n square plus 25. But the question here is, which of the following is one of the solutions to the given equation? So we got plus or minus this. After crossing out this, x equals to plus or minus root n square plus 25. So where do we have this n square plus 25? We have n plus 5, n plus n 25, n square plus 5, n square plus 25 with minus. The other one is working plus or minus. So we have two things. So minus root n square plus 25 works. So if 3x minus 2y minus 3z equals 0, which of the following equations correctly expresses x in terms of y and z? So we have to isolate x. So how can we do that? Just transpose everything or just take away everything from x so that you'll get the value of x. Then you can represent x in terms of y and z. So 3x minus 6y, and I'll just forward this 3z to other side, that equals to 3z, and then 3x that equals to 3z positive 6y. Now I forwarded this one, and x equals to here 3 common. If we do it, z plus 2y divided by 3 again, so 3 out, x equals to z plus 2y. So that is option C. It's not C, it is B, 2y plus z. 2y plus z. D equals to a c plus 1 divided by 24. Doctors use Cowling's rule defined by equations shown. This is the Cowling's rules. To determine the correct dosage, D in milligrams of medication for a child based on adult dosage, A in milligrams. So D dosage in milligrams, A adult dosage in milligrams, and child's age C in years. So C is in years. In the equation, these are the things which are representing for D, A, and C. Ben is a patient who is in need of certain medication. If a doctor uses Cowling's rule to prescribe Ben a dosage that is half the dose, half the adult dosage. Dosage equals to half the adult dosage. This is what doctor prescribing. So what is dosage here? What they said dosage is D, adult dosage is A. So D equals to 1 by 2A, and then D value equals to A by 2. That's what we have. Now we have to find the value of Ben's age in years. So equation, what equation we have? D equals to A times C plus 1 by 24. D equals to A times C plus 1 by 24. We got to know that dosage equals to half of adult's dosage. So in the place of that, in the place of D, I substitute A by 2 so that I can eliminate this A term from the equation. I'll get the value of C by isolating it. So that equals to 1 by 2, that equals to C plus 1 by 24, 2 ones, 2 twelves. So transpose 12 to other side, that equals to 12 equals to C plus 1, C equals to 11. 12 minus 1 is 11, which is option C. So simple. The given equation is x square minus 9 by x minus 3 equals 0. Which value is a solution to the given equation? Point number 1, you can solve this question by just substituting all the options, or else you can just turn this numerator to x square minus 3 square. So it is in the format of a square minus b square, so which is equals to a plus b times a minus b. So that equals to x plus 3 and x minus 3, that equals 0. So x divided by x minus 3. So x minus 3, x minus 3, so x plus 3 equals 0, x equals to negative 3, which is option D. So the given equation relates the positive real numbers G, L, P and T. Which equation correctly expresses G in terms of LPT? We want G in terms of LPT. So just take away every which are with G, or else isolate G to get the value of G. So the given thing is T equals to 2P root L by G. So what we do, just forward first this part to LHS. That turns to be T by 2P. It's in multiplication, it's turned out to be a division when you forward it. So root L by G. So now we have to remove this root part so that we get the value of G. To get root part, square on both sides. So when you do square on both sides, the square root of, so we end up with t square by 2p, that equals to L by G. So now we need only G. So just transpose this to LHS and transpose this complete part to RHS. Then we get G. So then what happens? G equals to L numerator as it is. This complete part which is in the numerator, it will become denominator, and the thing which is in denominator, it will turn into numerator. And before moving ahead, in the denominator, I didn't apply the square part. So this part will be 2p square, which is 4p square. So now I forward it, denominator become numerator, numerator become denominator. So now finally what do we get is G equals to 4lp square by t square. So 4lp square by t square, which is obviously option D. Just isolating what are with the G, just moving things away from G, so we will get the value of G. So here for this equation, they are asking us negative solution to the given equation. X into x minus 7 plus 9 into x minus 7 equals 0. So here x minus 7 is common. Just take x minus 7 out of it and x plus 9, that equals 0. So x minus 7 equals 0 and x plus 9 equals 0. So x value equals 7, and we are not looking for positive one, we are looking for negative value. So x equal to negative 9 will be the answer for this. The given equation relates the positive numbers x and y. Which equation correctly expresses y in terms of x? We want y in terms of x, but y is it with two, there are two y's. So put them together and take out the y common out of it, like xy minus 2x. I just multiplied x with two terms which are inside the parenthesis. Now just put these x terms together. So xy plus y equals to positive 2x. I just transpose negative 2x to other side, it will be positive 2x, and I transpose negative y to this LHS, it's going to be positive y. Now I take out y from this two terms, so x plus 1, that equals to 2x. We need y, so now y equals to 2x by x plus 1. 2x by x plus 1, which is option D. So this is what you do whenever we have two y terms. Try to expand and then put these y terms together and take the y common out of it and just remove the thing which you doesn't require. I mean, to get to isolate y. So that's what I did. I just transposed this. So we got 2x by x plus 1. So the given v equals to p 1 minus r whole power t. The value of car depreciates over t years according to the given equation. Fine. P is original price, R is annual rate. P is original price, R is annual rate of depreciation. Which of the following correctly expresses R in terms of VP? We need R in terms of VP. We just need only the value of R. How can we get the value of R? Just try to eliminate these terms with, so you will get the value of R. So what are there with step by step? Let's eliminate. I mean, step by step, just take away things with R. We need R. So V by P, that equals to 1 minus R whole power T. I just removed first T, which is in multiplication. Now teeth root on both sides so that I can cross out this T. So teeth root on V by T, V by P, that equals to 1 minus R whole power T and teeth root. So this teeth root power T will cross out. So ended up with teeth root of V by P, that equals to 1 minus R. We just need R. So we just have to transpose this 1 to other side. So that's going to be plus 1 teeth root V by P, that equals to, sorry, plus 1, that it is plus 1. So it's going to be negative 1, that equals to R. Negative R. We need positive R. So how can we remove this negative R? So then we multiply with negative 1 on both sides. So this will become negative, negative, positive. So this whole term becomes 1 and negative, negative, positive 1 minus this negative 1 into first term, 1 minus teeth root of V by P, that equals to R. So 1 minus teeth root of V by P, that is option A. So here 4 by x square minus 6x plus 9, that equals to 9. If x is a solution to the given equation, which of the following could be the value of x minus 3 equals to how much? So we can get it by just watch it carefully. This is exactly looking like x minus 3 whole square. I mean a square minus 2ab plus b square, that equals to a minus b whole square. So x square minus 2 into 3 in 2 into 1 into not 1 a, what we got, ax, and b is 3 plus 3 square, that equals to x minus 3 whole square. Exactly like this, x square minus this is x square minus 6x plus 9, that equals to x minus 3 whole square. So I'm just writing x minus 3 whole square in place of this, so it's 9 equals 9. So that's how they're asking this x minus 9. So just transposing few things, you get it. 4 by 9, just this to RHS, this to LHS, so that's going to be x minus 3 whole square. So this is going to be, we need to remove the root, I mean sorry, square. So square root on both sides, that's going to be root 4 by 9, that equals to be x minus 3 whole square. Square root of 4 is 2, root 9 is 3. 2 by 3 equals to x minus 3. So this is equals to 2 by 3, which is option A. So you just have to get that idea that by after watching denominator, okay, this is in terms of a minus b whole square. I can turn this into something like this and I can solve the equation to get the value of x minus 3. Or else you try to find the value of x and substitute here and then get the value of x minus 3 if possible. So now the given equation is this. What value of x is the solution to the given equation? So let's try root 2x plus 8 minus 3 root x minus 3, that equals 0. So root 2x plus 8, and I'll just forward this to other side so that I can make positive 3 root x minus 3, and I just want to remove this squaring on both sides. If I square on both sides, I can remove this, and be careful here, there is 3. 3 square will be 9, and then we cross out this. So it's going to be x minus 3 and 2x plus 8. So 2x plus 8, that equals to 9x minus 27. So forward this x to other side, 27 to LHS. So 27, negative 27, positive 8. So 27 plus 8, 9x plus 9x minus 2x, positive 2x turns into negative 2x. So 35 equals to 7x, 7 1 7 5, x equals 5. So here question 27. So the given x minus c equals to x square minus c square. which of the following are solutions to the given equation where c is a positive constant? So which are all the solutions for this? So what we do is x minus c equals to x square minus c square. We can write it as x plus c, x minus c, because it is in the form of a square minus b square. So this is the situation. What we do generally, we learn something like this: extraneous solution and missing solution. So it is exactly like this equation only. Whenever x minus 4, x plus 4, x plus 4 are there in the LHS and RHS, we divide it by x plus 4 on both sides, so that we can cross out this, we can get easily the value of x. So if that is the case, we are going to miss with a solution. So if you do original way, this is the original way, just transposing x minus 4 from RHS to this way, and then it will be negative of that, and then solve it, you get two values. But whenever we divide things on both sides, we know that it is, we are going to miss with a solution. Whatever the thing we assumed to divide is not a solution will also be a solution, so we check that one also while doing it. So what I'm going to do is, now I'll divide it by x minus c on both sides, and I'm assuming that x minus c is not a solution. Now let's see what happens. X minus c, that equals to x plus c, x minus c. Now dividing it by x minus c, x minus c, x minus c, x minus c just off, so ended with x plus c. So x equals to 1 minus c. So we got one solution. Whenever we divide like this, we know that we miss with a solution. Whatever we divide, try to check that part as well. X minus c equals to 0, x equals to c. So this is one of the solution. If you put back this c into the equation, c minus c 0, c minus c 0, 0 into anything 0, so it is a solution, it is working. So here we got one solution, we got another solution. So both there, 1 minus c and c, so 1 and 3 are the solution. Option c is correct. So there are more problems which come like this. Whenever you divide with something, then definitely check with this. This is the way you can get the result faster. If you try doing the original way, it's time consuming. So you know, by just watching it, you know here itself that x minus x equals to c, one solution, and you cross out, you directly calculate x plus c equals to 1 in your brain, and you get the value of x is 1 minus c. No need to do these all steps also, you can calculate mentally. So let's go for question 28, the final question in exercise 3.1. 20 minus root x, that equals to 2 by 3 root x plus. So now if x greater than 0, what value of x satisfies the given equation? So just put this root x together and constant terms together. 20 minus 10, transpose this positive 10 to LHS and transpose this root x to RHS, that equals to 2 by 3 root x, positive root x, because we transpose negative to root x. 10, 20 minus 10 is 10. Take root x common, 2 by 3 my plus 1. So 10 equals to 5 by 3 root x. So 5 ones, 5 twos. 2 equals to 1 by 3 root x. So root x equals to 3 to 6. So we got root x value, but we need the value of x. So what we do, how can we remove this root? Square on both sides. Squaring on both sides. So 6 square equals to root x whole square. Square root of x equals to 36. So this is the value of x. We're done with exercise 3.1. Let's start the next. Exercise 3.2, question 1. Root x minus 1 minus 2 equals to 11. What value of x is the solution to the given equation? So we have to find the value of x from the given equation. Root x minus 1 minus 2, that equals to 11. So we have to remove this negative 2, at the same time we have to remove root. So initially only try not to do squaring on both sides, because you have an extra term, this leads to complication. So first just get rid of that 2, so that it will be so easy to get rid of the root later part. So root x minus 1, that equals to 11, plus 2 on both sides, or if you transpose you get plus 2. So root x minus 1, that equals to 30. Now squaring on both sides, square on both sides, so that's going to be square and root of, so we end up with x minus 1, that equals to 13 square, which is 169. X equals to 169 plus 1, which is equals to 170. If 5x by 6 minus 4 equals to 12 minus 7x by 6, what is the value of 4x? So we have to find the value of 4x. First let's find x, and then we get 4x on substituting x in place of 4x in 4x. So 5x divided by 6 minus 4, that equals to 12 minus 7x by 6. So here denominator part is same on both sides. I mean 6 for both fractions. So let's keep these two fractions at one place, 5x by 6, and transpose this fraction to LHS. That's going to be positive 7x by 6 and equals to 12. Transpose negative 4 to RHS, it's going to be positive 4 or else positive 4 on both sides. Same thing here also, positive 7 by 6 on both sides. If you do positive 7 by 6 on both sides, positive 7 by 6, negative 7 by 6 cancels off and this transfers to, I mean, we will end up with like this. So instead of doing all that positive 7 by 6 on both sides and all, I'm just doing directly. I'm trying to do using transpose. When we do transpose, this negative becomes positive, positive becomes negative, multiplication becomes division, division becomes multiplication. So now it's 5x plus 7x, which is 12x by 6, that equals to 60. So 6 1 6 2s, 2x equals 16, 2 ones 2 8, x equals to 8. So the given equation is b plus 8a, that equals to 5 parenthesis 4c plus b. The given equation can be rewritten as b equals to a minus nc. B and n are constants. What is the value of plus n? So we have to find, and we have to find n. After that we have to sum them up to get the thing what we want, plus n. So let's solve it. B plus 8. So we solve in such a way that we end up with like this equation, the equation what they given, they only said it can rewritten as. So now 5 4 20c plus 5b. So now let's put b terms together and other terms one side. So this is other side and this will be on RHS. So 8a as it is. So when you forward this positive 20c, it's negative 20c, and that equals to 5b as it is. And when you forward b to other side, it's going to be negative b. This is positive b, it will be negative b. So we end up with 8a minus 20c, that equals to 4b. So almost close to this part, I mean, yeah, but it is not. Here only b is there, but we have 4, taking 4 common. So 2a minus 5c, that equals to 4b. Cross out 4. So we end up with b equals to 2a minus 5c. So it's exactly matching with the equation what we have, which is b equals to mnc. So now equals to 2, n value equals to 5. But we need plus n. So that equals to 2 plus 5, which is 7. Question number 4. 2x plus 7 whole square equals to 25. What is the sum of the solutions to the given equation? So 2x plus 7 whole square equals to 25. So we have to find the solution, then we need to sum them up. So how do we get that? So first, square root on both sides. 2x plus 7 whole square, that equals to plus or minus 25. I'm going to add root on both sides. When I keep square root on both sides, we give plus or minus to the other side. So the square and root off. So we end up with 2x plus 7, that equals to plus or minus root 4. Root 25 value is 5. So now 2x equals to plus or minus 5 minus 7. So x equals to plus or minus 5 minus 7 by 2. So I'll write this after splitting. X equals to plus 5 minus 7 by 2, and the other one x equals to minus 5 minus 7 by 2. So x equals to negative 2 by 2. So that x value equals to negative 1. And x equals to negative 12 by 2. X equals to 2126, that equals to negative 6. So now we need to find the value of sum of the solution. So sum of the solutions equals to minus 1 minus 6, that equals to minus 7. Question 5. 2 by 3t plus equals to 40. A tennis player uses the given equation to estimate the tension T in pounds in his racket strings after tennis matches. Which of the following equations correctly expresses T in terms of, so we want T in terms of, so try to remove everything which is with T so that you'll get the value of T. That's what we are doing from very long. 2 by 3t plus equals 40. So first transpose this value, 2 by 3t, that equals to 40 minus, and then this part. So what do you do? 3 by 2 t on both sides. If you transpose this, that's going to be t equals to 40 minus, and that's going to be 3 by 2. Or else you can do 3 by 2 on both sides. Then this cancels off on the LHS, and on RHS you get 3 by 2 like this. So that's what you need. So you just check it. You see option C, 3 by 2, 40 minus m, it's matching. Option C is correct. So question number 6. What value of x is the solution to the given equation? We need to find the value of x for the given equation. 3 by 5 x plus 11 minus 2 by 3 x plus 11, that equals to negative 8. So x plus 11 is common in both. So I'll just take x plus 11 out from them, and then 3 by 5 minus 2 by 3, that equals to negative 8. Just cross multiply. What do you get here? 3 3 is 9, and then 5 2 is 10. 9 minus 10, negative 1 by 50. So this is equals to negative 1 by 50. The other part is x plus 11, that equals to negative 8 by, that's it, negative 8. So x plus 11 equals to negative 8 times negative 15 by 1. So that's going to be negative negative out. So x plus 11 equals to 50 times 8, that's 120. X equals to 120 minus 11, x equals to 109. So here I just transpose this to other side. So or else you can say negative 15 on both sides. Multiply negative 15 on both sides. So you cross out this negative and 15 in the LHS, and negative 15 you'll be getting. Or else if you transpose, it will be negative 15 by 1. This just be reversed, negative 15 by 1. That's it. So question number 7. If 4k by k plus 2 equals to x by 3, where k equals to negative 2, which equation correctly expresses k in terms of x? We want k in terms of x. So let's try to isolate k. Let's get these things which are close to k, let them get away. So 4 by k plus 2, that equals to x by 3. So the thing what we can do is just cross multiply 4 times 3, that equals to x k plus 2. So here we need k only, so don't try to multiply this thing. So better 12 divided by forward this x, so you will be ending up with k plus 2. So we need k, so 12 by x minus 2 equals k, so that equals to 12 minus 2x by x, that equals to k. Why we didn't multiply it? Because we need the value of k in terms of x, because x won't be with this. Why do you want x again k connected with that? Or else you can directly do this way, 4 by k plus 2, that equals to x by 3. So you can just directly multiply 3 with this, and that equals to 12 divided by x. Just do this way, x comes to the denominator, this complete value moves to RHS, that equals to k plus 2. Now 12 by x minus 2 equals to k. So that equals to 12 minus 2x by x, that equals to k. So you can do this way also, because if you multiply this x with k, you're accumulating, or you're making things together with k. We don't want things together with k, we want only k. So which are with k, we just have to get rid of them. So because of that we can't multiply. So it's option A, 12 minus 2x by x. Question number 8. Root x square plus p square, that equals to q. In the given equation, p and q are positive. Okay, fine. P and q are positive constants. Which of the following is one of the solutions to the given equation? So after solving, we get one of the solution. But what we need to solve, what we need to find? You see the options. We have q p q p q q p p q. So which means we have answer in p and q format. But you see the question, it is p is with x, so try to keep this p with q so that it will match up with one of the option, which means indirectly we have to find the value of x. So to find the value of x square, we'll just do square on both sides, so we can get rid of this root. So we end up with x square plus p square, that equals to q square. So now x square, that equals to q square minus p square. We forward this plus p square to other side. So now we need only x, not this part. So square root on both sides. When you apply square root on both sides, it will be plus or minus. So square and root of x equals to plus or minus root q square minus p square, root q square minus p square. Option B is not correct. Q square minus p square, no. We have q square minus p square, we have minus. We have plus or minus, so option A works. We have plus or minus. So question 9, root x plus 6 x minus 6, that equals to 8. What is the positive solution to the given equation? We have to find the positive solution. So here you see x plus 6 x minus 6, so we can use a square minus b square formula, that equals to a plus b times a minus b. So that equals to root x square minus 6 square, that equals to 8. So now we have to get rid of this root, so square on both sides. So that equals to square and root of, so x square minus 6 square equals to 8 square. So x square minus 36 equals 64. X square equals to 64 plus 36. X square equals to 100. So to get rid of this root, we apply square root on both sides, that equal to plus or minus root 100 square and root of x equals to plus or minus 10. Root 100 value is 10. So they asked positive solution, so x value equals to 10. 2u equals to 18 by v minus 6. The given equation relates the numbers u, v, where u greater than 0 and v greater than 0. Which equation correctly expresses v in terms of u? We want v. So just get rid of this 18 and negative 6, so you'll get the value of v. So how can we do that? So what I'll do is I'll just first transpose this 6 to other side. It's going to be 2u minus positive 6. It is negative 6. It will be positive 6. 18 by v. Now I'll just do this transpose. It's this v will go to other side, or else I'll just do step by step. So 2u plus 6 times v equals 80. Now we need v, only v, so divided by 2u plus 6. So but do we have that option? We have all 9s and 3s. So we can take 18 divided by 2 common in the denominator, u plus 3. So 2 times 1, 2 times 9, v equals to 9 by u plus 3, which is option A. So you can do it in other way also. Let me solve. So the given question is 2u equals to 18 by v minus 6. So 2u equals to 18 minus 6v by v, and then 2uv equals to 18 minus 6v. Just did LCM and then just multiplied v with LHS, and then now 2uv plus 6v equals 80. I just keep v terms together here so that I can take v out of them. 2u plus 6, that equals to 18. V out from them. So v equals to 18 by 2u plus 6. V equals to 18 by taking 2 common, u plus 3. 2 ones, 2 nines. V value equals to 9 by u plus 3. So still option A. K by 3x plus 3y, that equals to k plus 1. The given equation relates the distinct positive numbers x, y, k. Which equation correctly expresses x plus y in terms of k? We need x plus 5. You see carefully to the equation here, 3x plus 3y. If we can take 3 common out from them, we get x plus y. We need to find the value of x plus y. So we start with that only from the denominator part. K divided by taking 3 common, x plus y, that equals to k plus 1. We just need x plus y. So what I'll do is I'll just transpose only x plus y to RHS and the complete term which is on the RHS to denominator, or you can take step by step also. That's k by 3, that equals to k plus 1 times x plus y, but we need only x plus y. So just transpose this term to RHS. So we get k by 3 into k plus 1, that equals to x plus y. So do we have that kind of option? Yes, let's multiply this 3k plus 3 in the denominator. So k by 3k plus 3. So k by 3k plus 3, which is option B. So coming to this question, they given this equation. The given equation represents the number of days it will take Jim and Andy to paint 300-foot fence working together. So in this given equation, T represents number of days working together by Jim and Andy. Given that it would take Jim X days to paint the fence working alone. So number of days working Jim alone, if we work, it will take X days. This is what X and T represents in the given equation. Now, if it takes 6 days for Jim and Andy to paint the fence working together, what does that mean? Number of days working together by Jim and Andy, which is T. Working together is nothing but T. That's what they said beginning. Now working together, Jim and Andy, T equals to 6 days they mentioned. T value equals to 6 they given. This, see this black line what I underlined. Now next one. How many days would it have taken Jim to paint the fence working alone? So we have the value of T. We have to work out the value of X. If we have T, working alone is X. That's what we have. Working alone, Jim working alone is nothing but X. That's given in the question, underlined with blue color. So if we have the value of T, we can able to get the value of X. On substituting T value back to the equation, we get the value of X. So that's what I'm going to do. So this complete equation is this. So 1 by 8 plus 1 by X. In the place of T, I'm just taking 6. That's what we have. So that equals to 1. So 1 by 8 plus 1 by x, that equals to 1 by 6. So that is the best thing we can do. And then we need x value. So this 1 by x equals to 1 by 6 negative 1 by 8. Transpose this to the fraction 1 by 8 to RHS so that we can get the value of x. So this value will be 1 by x equals to 8 minus 6 by 48, just cross multiplied, so that equals to 1 by x equals to 2 by 24, 2 ones to, sorry, 2 by 48, after 48 2 ones to 24, so 1 by x equals to 1 by 24. Just shift this to LHS, this to RHS, we get x value equals to 24. So just this, check this part how I wrote the steps initially, you'll understand better. Just check the notes to understand question if you didn't get it. Question 30, a by b that equals to a plus 1 by 2c. The given equation relates the distinct positive numbers a, b, c. Which equation correctly expresses a in terms of b and c? For this equation, we have to find the value of a in terms of b and c. So just by cross multiplying, you get it. And then you see we need to find the value of a, but we have two a's in the equation. When we have two a's, just put them together and take out the a out from it. That's what I'm going to do. A times 2c that equals to b times a plus 1. So 2ac equals to ab plus b. So we have a terms 2, just put them together. 2ac minus ab, it is positive ab, it will be negative ab, that equals to b. So now we take a common out from them. 2c minus b that equals b. We need only a, so let's send send it to other side. A equals to b by 2c minus b, b by 2c minus b, that's option B. Question 13, 3 by t that equals to 6 root 2s. The given equation relates the positive numbers r, s, fine. Which equation correctly expresses s in terms of r and t? We have to find s. To find s, what we have to do? We have to take away 6, we have to take away root, we have to take away 2. Then we will get the value of s. So let's try to do that. So first, we have to remove the multiplication part, this thing. So we can cross out actually 3 ones and 3 twos. So we have 2 there. So directly send that 2 to other side. It will be r by 2t. I just sended this 2 to our other side. It is in multiplication. It becomes division, or it's a numerator. It will be a denominator. So we ended up with root 2. S is under the root. So to get rid of this root, square on both sides. So square root of, so r square by 4t square that equals to 2s. We need only s. So to get s, just send this to other side. So it's in numerator or it's in multiplication. It becomes division. So 2 into 4, which is 8t square. So that equals to s. R square 8t square. R square 8t square, option C. Question 50. So the given equation, in the given equation a, b are positive constants. Which equation correctly expresses x plus 7 in terms of a and b? So we need x plus 7. So how can we get that? You see here already there is a 1 x plus 7 term, and we can take a common here, so it turns into a into x plus 7, and the rest other part is x plus 7 that equals to b. So look for these kind of things. And then now x plus 7 common, so take x plus 7 common, that a and 1, nothing is there, so consider 1. A plus 1 that equals b. We need x plus 7, so just send the remaining part to other side. So x plus 7 equals to b by a plus 1. So that's option C. So question 16. They given an equation and asking us to find the value of 7x minus 18. So equation is x plus 1, x minus 2 that equals to 7x minus 18. So what we can do, the only option left is to just expanding it, applying FOIL method first. X square outer part 2x, x into negative 2, which is negative 2x, and 1 into x, which is positive x, and then 1 into 2, which is negative 2, that equals to 7x minus 18. So this way we can get the value of x and substitute x here to get the value of 7x minus 18. So 2x minus 2x plus x, that gives us, okay, don't try to do it now only because we have some other x term here. So let's put all these together. So x square, only one term, negative 2x, positive x, and then this is positive 7x, it will be negative 7x, negative 2 as it is, and positive 80 if you transpose it to our LHS. So now what do we get in the place of this? Negative 2, negative 7, negative 9, positive 1, negative 8x, and This part will be negative 2, positive 18, that equals to positive 16. So that equals to x square minus 8x 16 equals 0. So it's looking like something x plus 4 whole square. If we split, I mean, if we apply a plus b whole square for this, it's going to be x square plus 2 into a, which is x 2x plus 4 8x plus 4 4 16. I applied a plus b whole square formula. Oh, here we have minus. So it's going to be minus in the middle, so let me keep a minus. So that's going to be this, it's matching, x minus 4 whole square is working. So this is the fastest way. You need to be in a situation where you're able to get this thing out from watching it. If you solve it by equation, it's going to be so lengthy and time consuming. So now we have to get rid of the square, apply the root. So it's going to be, if you apply root here, it is root, so 0 root 0 is also 0. So x minus 4 equals to 0, x equals to 4. So this is what we get. Now we need to find 7x minus 18. 7x minus 18 equals to 7 in the place of x 4 minus 18. 7 times 4, which is 28, minus 18, which is 10. So that was the answer for 7x minus 18. Given equation is xy minus 1, that equals to z minus xz. So the given equation relates the positive numbers x, y and z. Which equation correctly expresses x in terms of y and z? We need to express the given thing in terms of x, which means we need to find the value of x. So we get rid of all these terms with x, but here we have two x terms. So whenever we have the thing what we want to find is in 2 like this, we try to put them together and take the x out from that. So xy minus xz will be plus xz when you transpose to LHS. So that equals to z, and transposing this minus 1 to RHS, it will be plus 1. So taking x common out, y plus z, that equals to z plus 1. So x value equals to z plus 1 by y plus z. Transpose this to RHS. It's in multiplication, it will be division when you forward it. As z plus 1 y plus z, z plus 1 y plus z. Option D. Question 18, they given 2 root x plus 4 divided by 3, that equals to 6, and x greater than 0, what is the value of x? So to get the value of x, just get rid of 3, get rid of 2, get rid of root, and then get rid of 4. So how can we get rid of this? So first we can cross out this 2 ones, 2 threes, and then forward this 3 to other side. Or else slowly you can do, or else you can directly transpose this 2 by 3 to RHS. That's going to be root x plus 4, that equals to 6 multiplied by 3 by 2. 2 ones, 2 threes. So root x plus 4, that equals to 339. So now to get rid of this root, whole square on both sides, root and square. So x plus 4, that equals to 9 square, which is 81. X equals to 81 minus 4, x equals to 77. Question 19, 2x plus y divided by x minus 2y, that equals to 3, and we have to find the value of x plus y by x minus y. So do we have a chance of taking anything in common and get this kind of expression in the given equation? If we can't take 2 common in the numerator or nothing. So if something like 2 2, then we can take 2 common in numerator and denominator, and those gets off, and then we get the thing what we want. But it's not like that. So let's try to solve it just by manipulating few things. Let 2x plus y, that equals to 3 into x minus 2y. So 2x plus y equals to 3x minus 3 into 2, which is 6y. So just put this y terms one side and x terms one side. So y plus 6y, that equals to 3x minus 2x. 2x is positive, so it will be negative 2x. So 7y equals to x. So we got the value of x as 7y. This is x only. So now let's substitute this x value in terms in this given expression. 7y plus y divided by x equals to 7y. I'm just taking this x value and substituting it in x to get the thing what they asked. So that equals to, not minus, it's going to be not plus, it's going to be minus in the denominator. 8y by 6y, y 6, 2 3s, 2 4s, that's 4 by 3. So question 20, the given equation is x minus n by 3, that equals to x into x minus n. Which of the following are solutions to the given equation where n is a positive constant greater than 1? We have to pick which are the solutions for this given equation. So is this or this or this? So if we watch the equation, in the numerator we have x plus x minus n, x minus n. So we can divide x minus n on both sides, and hope, I don't know you remember or not, when we divide we miss a solution. So that what we are dividing with also we have to check whether it's a solution or not. So now we are dividing with this x minus n divided by 3. So how can we divide? So I'm just, so this divide, or you can still write this as 1 by x minus n. Both are same. If you divide like this, x minus n, that equals to x minus x into x minus n divided by x minus n. So this nothing is there here. You can keep 1 and x minus n off, x minus n, x minus n off. This also works, but let's go with this only as of now. So now we ended up with, on the numerator it is 1 by 3 divided by 1 by 1, that equals to only x. So finally x equals to 1 by 3. We got one value, x equals to 1 by, sorry, yeah, x equals to 1 by 3. We have it in the given question. Now we know that when we divide with something we miss with a solution. So what we divide with x minus n. So let's see, x minus n equals to 0, x equals to positive n. So is it a solution for the given question? Just check it. Just take this n and keep it into the question. So if you keep n here, because x equals to n, so any n minus n 0, so on LHS 0. If you keep n here in the place of x, n minus n 0, so RHS also 0. So which means x equals to n, which is third one, is also true. So 1 and 3 are true, are the solution. Question number 21. If x plus y equals to root x square plus y square plus 60, then xy equals to how much? So here they're asking xy, but we don't have any xy in the given equation. But how can we get it? We are not getting any idea to solve this. Let's say if they ask for x, what we do, we just try to do squaring on both sides, get rid of this, and maybe we try in that way. But here there is no xy, so still let's go with the same process. Let's go with square on both sides. So if we do that, we get rid of the root, and then we get some terms. Let's see what, how they are going to help us. X plus y whole square is x square plus y square plus 2xy. So we got xy term. That's what we are looking for. That equals to x square plus y square plus 60. So positive x square of y square. So we have 2xy equals to 60. 2 ones 2 8s, xy equals to 8. Question 22, root x plus 9, that equals to x by 2 minus 3. So here we have to find the solution to the given equation. Fine. So we have to find x, and here 2x are there. So what we do generally, we just try to expand and just put these x terms together and take things common and find the value of x. That is also works. And the general way, we try to get rid of this root first so that we can move ahead. That also works. But first I'll try to do by, like, I just want to eliminate these 2 first, so that I'll be end up with only x. So multiply 2 on both sides. So remember what we are doing, we are multiplying 2 on both sides. When we multiply something on both sides, what we happens, multiplication on both sides leads to false solution. Let's see what we are going to get. Do we get a false solution or not when we multiply something on both sides? So 2 root x plus 9, that equals to, so 2 times x by 2 minus 3. So what do you get now? 2 root x plus 9, that equals to 2x by 2, we end up with x, and 2 minus 3, which is negative 6. Now we get rid of this root, so square on both sides. When we square on both sides, this 2 times square will be 4, and then root and square off, so we have x plus 9, that equals to x minus 6 whole square, that is x square plus 36, which is 6 square, minus 2 into ab, minus 2x and 6 minus 12x. I just applied a minus b whole square, that equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab. So this formula I just applied, or you can just do x minus 6 into x minus 6, that also fine, but it's time consuming. So I got 12x here. So now 4x plus 36, that equals to x square plus 36 minus 12x. So positive 36 off. So 4x equals to x square minus 12x. So the 0 equals to x square minus 12x minus 4x. So that equals to 0 equals to x square minus 16x. So let's take x common, that equals to x into x minus 16. So it will be x equals to 0 and x equals to x minus 16 equals to 0, x equals to 16. So we got two solutions. We know when we multiply on both sides, we get false solution. We need to see which is false solution. How to see which is false solution? We got two solutions, x is 0 and 16. So take that 0 and substitute into the thing here. So 0 plus 9, you end up with 3. Root 9 is 3. 0 by 2 is 0 and you end up with negative 3. Both are not matching, so 0 is not a right solution. Now we have the other one, which is 16. Let's take this value and put it in the questions. Root 16 plus 9, which is root 25, which is 5. Root 25 is 5. 16 by 2, 2 ones to 8. 8 minus 3, which is 5. So LHS, RHS, you are getting 5 and 5, which is the value 16. What we got is a right solution, but x equal to 0 is not. It's a false solution. We get this when we multiply something on both sides for root values or some this kind of equation. So one solution you may get wrong, you will get wrong. So get rid of this. When you divide, you miss with the solution. What you dividing, that will be one of the solution for you. When you multiply, you get false solution. So get rid of that. So let me solve without multiplying now. Root x plus 9, that equals to x by 2 minus 3. What we generally do, we just generally do square on both sides. So the square and root of, so we have x plus 9, that equals to apply a minus b whole square formula, that equals to x square by 2 square. So it is x square by 4 plus 9, b square is 9, minus 2 into a into b. So 2 to off. So x plus 9, that equals to x square by 4 plus 9 minus 3x. So plus 9 will be off. Why? If you forward it, it will be minus 9. So plus 9 minus 9 also off, or you can directly cross out like this. If terms are similar in LHS and RHS. So now we have x equals to x square by 4 minus 3x. So forward this minus 3x to LHS, that's going to be positive 3x. So x plus 3x equals to x square by 4. So 4x equals to x square by 4. 16x, just forward that 4 to LHS. So 16x equal to x square, and this x gone because two x's are there. So x equals to 16. We got only one solution, and this is the right way of doing it. So when you multiply, you get a false solution. So just be careful. So this will be a bit faster version on multiplying thing, because you don't get this kind of fraction to expand it by applying as b whole square. So it will, the first one will be faster and you get false. So just taking these solutions what you got and just substituting back into the question and know which is right or which is wrong. Let's go for 23. Under root 2 x minus k, that equals to x minus k. In the given equation, k is a constant. Find which of the following is the sum of the solutions to the given equation. So one answer is sum of the solution. So we need to find sum of the solution of the given equation. That will be one among them from the options. So you see x minus k is similar here. So we can just divide x minus k on both sides. Before that, we have to get rid of this root. Then it is possible. And when we divide x minus k on both sides, if we divide the solution, we miss out with one solution. So based on that, we have to move. Let's do square on both sides. So when we square on both sides, this will be of 2 into x minus k, that equals to x minus k whole square. So x minus k is similar on LHS and RHS. Divide x minus k on both sides. So what do I get? 2 into x minus k divided by x minus k, that equals to x minus k whole square divided by x minus k. So when we do this, we miss with solution. So what will be the missing solution? Whatever you took. We are considering this won't be a solution and moving ahead. We are assuming that, but actually we have to check that one as well. So once we solve this, we check with this, that also will be a solution for the given equation. This is the fastest way of doing it. So x minus k square this off 2 into x minus k. So x will be k plus 2 equals to x minus k will become plus k. And whatever we assume that it won't be a solution, just check that part as well. X minus k is 0, x equals to positive k. Definitely this both work. If not, you just substitute back and check. You see the missing solution k, substitute back into the equation. K, if you substitute, you get 0 on RHS. K you substitute here, k minus k 0, 0 into anything is 0, root 0 is 0. So LHS, RHS is 0, 0. The missing solution what we got is a solution. So this is the fastest way. Divide it and then you get one solution, and when you divide, you know that you miss with the solution. That missing solution, whatever you divided with, just take that and equate it to 0, you get the other one. Now they are asking sum of the solution. Sum of solution equals to, we got k plus 2 and plus k. So 2k plus 2 will be the answer. 2k plus 2. So which is option D. So question 24, x by root x plus b equals to 7 minus b by root x plus b. In the given equation, b is a positive constant. Which of the following is the solution to the given equation? We need to find the solution to the given equation, and one among them will be the solution. So we have to solve this and get the value of x, and answer is in terms of b in options. So we'll try to use this term to LHS because you see both denominators are same. So x by root x plus b plus b by root x plus b, that equals to 7. So now in denominators are same, we can add numerators x divided by root x plus b. You see numerator and denominators is almost same, but only the root is the difference. So when bases are same, we can apply quotient rule. What is quotient rule? X raised to the power of by x raised to the power of n, that equals to x raised to the power of minus n. Here we are going to apply this. So x plus b whole raised to the power of 1 minus 1 by 2 equals 7. X plus b whole raised to the power of 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2, that equals to 7. So 1 by 2 is nothing but root x plus b, that equals to 7. To get rid of this root, we square on both sides. When we square on both sides, the square and root off, so we get x plus b equals to 49. We need only x, so x equals to 49 minus b. So let's check, do we have this option or not? 49 minus b, which is option B. So final question of exercise 3.2. Question 25. Given equation is root x plus 2, that equals to 2 minus root x. What is the value of 2 minus root x? So this 2 minus root x we need to find. So what we can do is we can able to get the value of x. Let's see. If we get the value of x, substituting it, we get it. Let's see what do we get the value of x. That is the only way to get something in numerical, because here things are not in numerical. Still we have to find the same thing on which is given in the LHS. So let's see what we can do is to get rid of this root, square on both sides. So square root of x plus 2 equals to, apply a minus b whole square formula, which is a square plus b square minus 2a. So that equals to 4 plus root x whole square, which is x, minus 2 into ab, 2 into 2, 4 into root x. 4 root x we get. So now what we can do is positive x same, we can cross out, and this is 4 and this is 2. Let's send 2 minus 4 equals to negative 4 root x, negative 4 root x. So this 2 minus 4, which is negative 2, negative 4 root x, negative 4 root x, negative off, and then just 2 by 4, forward this 4 to other side, we get root x, 2 ones, 2 twos. So root x value equals to 1 by 2. We are looking for x, we got root x, that's what we need. Like, I mean 2 minus root x we need, we directly have root x value. So 2 minus, we can subtract it, 2 minus this root x equals to 1 by 2, that equals to 4 minus 1, 3 by 2 is the answer, which is option B. Done. Chapter 3 is done from algebra.